Good morning, folks, and God bless. It is actually about 12:45 out here in Texas. The house is quiet. I was thinking about that whole U.S. aid thing going on with the Trump administration and Doge freezing their funds and them fighting it out in court. What's amazing is that lawsuit, well, not the lawsuit as much, but U.S. Aid, that's an organization that was made up by John F. Kennedy, I believe in 61. Okay, so they built this organization to help out around the world. Then 60 somewhat years later, you look up and this organization has a life of its own. It's taken the position that it had to answer to no one. When Congress, and I'm not speaking about this Congress, prior Congress, men and women throughout the years have reached out to USAID and asked for paperwork to find out exactly what's going on. And USAID felt empowered to tell them, we don't need to report to you. We don't report to no one. What's amazing is USAID only existed because of the US and the money in which it ran on. That was it. But they felt like they didn't have to answer to no one. Kind of like Frankenstein, you know. Kind of like, to be honest with you, when I think about it, like God and Adam. God told him, don't do that. And he did. As a Christian, I've always jokingly said, when I get to heaven, there are certain questions I would like to ask certain people. And if I was to see Adam, I would just step up to Adam and be like, why? Why? Why couldn't you leave the apple alone, my man? There wasn't any other fruit. You know, I mean, if you would have saw a pear, maybe you would have thought, hey, look, Eve, a pear, like you and me, a pear, something, anything, but don't bite the apple. The boss told you don't bite the apple. Adam? Why? Which reminds me, everybody knows where the Adam apple comes from, right? If you don't know, here it is. When Eve convinced Adam to bite the apple, right? Adam took the apple. When he was chewing it and he started swallowing, God called out, Adam. And Adam went, "Ooh," and it stuck right there. And that's the Adam's apple. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. Mm-hmm. Ask your doctor. He'll tell you. Mm-hmm. Another thing that you might not know. This whole controversy, which is really not a controversy at all, makes no sense to me. I don't care what color Jesus was. It doesn't matter a lick to me. But this whole black and white thing, unfortunately, in the scriptures, it kind of points to the color of the skin, I reckon. In the scriptures, right, it says that Jesus Christ used to hang out with who? What was the name of the group of people that hung out with Jesus, with Christ? They were called the apostles, correct? Right. If they were black, he would have called them his posse. Bang. There you go. That's that. Say no more. I'm done with that topic right there. Leave it alone. But in all seriousness, it's amazing how things get created and are dependent on a source, but will convince itself it got total control, that it truly controls its own destiny, when all the while they were just lying to themselves. They were on a power trip. Narcissism seeped in. Yeah. And so many people were getting paid. The top people, the top politicians, the right politicians were getting paid. So when you had a congresswoman or a congressman come up and ask questions, they felt protected enough to say, we don't have to answer to you. Yeah. Unfortunately for U.S. aid and others, I don't know why I just did that thing with my tongue. Others. I think I had Scarface saying he would have been a thing with the tongue. But anyway, and some others have run into a brick wall, which is the Trump administration. And that's why, like I stated once he won, I thought to myself, and I believe I made a video, that what he needed to do was strip layers off of organizations, because the whole system was infected. Every department needs to be looked at. Almost every department had a D.E.I. department in it. That had to be stripped away. And there are people still inside that believe in D.E.I. and are going to push that. Even though they've already found a lot of people, there's still a couple of them. And D.E.I. is one of those. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. D.E.I. was going to be one of those creations that would have gotten or thought it gotten a life of its own, and it would have wreaked havoc on us. Yeah. If that would have had stayed and just kept growing and growing. Imagine, it's been in since Obama when you trace it back. That, the damage that would have done, what U.S. aid did, but it wasn't just on the financial aspect, because they did damage too with the psyche of people, what they have people to believe. It's craziness that they had people here believing. Anyway, guys, it's late. God bless. And if you haven't watched this, I pray you're sleeping well and that God and his angels, that they're watching over you. Be safe.